Hello everybody, I am very excited to announce that we have created this video in collaboration with the Otter, and it's specifically for trail runners. So this one's for you. I hope you enjoy it. One of the key components of running is having a good stability and core strength, having good proprioception and balance, as well as flexibility. So in today's session, we are going to run through a Pilates class that focuses on those particular types of aspects. So please just make sure that you are concentrating, listening, and activating. This is video 1 of our 3-part series. I hope you enjoy. We're going to start standing on one leg. We're going to stand on our right leg. In this position, I want you to have a slight bend in the knee, have a good core activation, lengthening through that spine, shoulders drawing down the back. We're going to lift that right knee into a high knee position. Now, before we even continue with anything, I want you to suck in that core. Keep it activated. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our arms into a T position. While we're here, I want you to focus on that ankle and that stability, that proprioception. I want you to keep it stabilized while we're moving forward. You're slowly going to lean forward into a Superman position. Leaning forward and holding. I want your legs and your arms to be parallel to the ground, and we're going to hold. Inhale and exhale, focusing as much as you can on that glute activation as well as that stabilization, keeping those hips in line with each other, and slowly back into that high knee. And we're going to do 4 of these. That's 1. And inhale and exhale, leaning forward and extending and stretching. Stretching as much as you can, keeping parallel to the ground. And inhale and exhale back into high knee. And slowly leaning forward again. And extending. Slow, controlled movements. We're just warming up those muscles, waking them up. And back up into that high knee. On that last set, we're going to do knee flexion lowers in that Superman position. So we're extending forward into Superman, focusing on that knee and that ankle. We're going to inhale and slowly do 5 little lows. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Last one, keeping that knee in control. And 5, and back into high knee. We're going to change over to the other leg. Okay, and lifting and lengthening, lifting up into that high knee. Making sure that those arches aren't dropping inwards while you're working, keeping good stability, slight bend in that left knee. And inhale, and slowly extend into that Superman position. Extending, extending, inhale, and exhale back into that high knee. Drawing those shoulder blades down your back and extend. Parallel arms, parallel legs, activating that glute muscle, making sure it's nice and tight when you're in that Superman position. We've got 2 more, and then we're going to do single leg Superman lows and extend and reach. And slowly controlling. When you're lifting back into that high knee, I want you to use your core and hip flexors to lift up into that high knee. And last one, and extending forward, slow, controlled movements. And before we go down, making sure you are in good posture and activated, core tight. You're not hyperextending that lower back and low. 1, keeping that leg straight. 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and slowly back into high knee. From here, we're going to walk to the end of our mat. We're slowly going to inhale, and on the exhale, roll our chin towards our chest. Then lower our neck and shoulders down towards the ground. Lengthening, you're slowly going to walk your hands to the center of the mat. From here, I want you to push your heels into the ground, push your knees towards the wall behind you, and then rotate your tailbone or the back part of your pelvis up towards the ceiling, allowing a deep hamstring stretch, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And extend and rotate and hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're just going to bend your right knee towards the floor while you push the heel of your left foot into the ground. And we're going to rotate. We're just going to walk out our calves. And 3 more. And now we are extending both legs, bending that right knee, left knee towards the floor, pushing that right heel of your right foot into the ground and holding. And extending and rotating the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Okay, and from here, activating that core, getting that pelvis in neutral. We're going to extend our right leg up towards the ceiling, activating that core. And we're going to do 8 knee tucks. Inhale, exhale, knee tuck, and extend. While you're extending, you're activating that right glute max and hamstring while stretching the hamstring of the other leg that's on the floor. And we have 4 more. That's 1, and extend, and 2, and extend, and 3, and extend, and 4, and extend, dropping that leg down, extending the left leg to do the same thing, and knee tuck, and 1, and exhale, knee tuck, inhale, extend, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. 2 more, keeping that hamstring stretch with that glute activation, and extend, lowering that leg, dropping those knees, and leaning back into the rest position. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, placing left foot next to left hand, we're slowly going to push your pelvis towards the floor. We're going to open the chest towards the ceiling. And from here, we're slowly going to reach towards the ceiling and stretch and extend towards the wall in front of us. And we're going to do 4 of those. That's 1. And reach and extend, allowing a stretch down that side part of your body. That's 2. And reach and extend. 3. And 4. Slowly leaning up. Stacking your vertebra, chest open, shoulders open. You're going to tuck the pubic bone under towards your chin. And you're going to activate your right glute. And you're going to lean forward into a hip flexor stretch rock. That's 1. We're going to do 4 of these. And 2. And on the 4th one, we're going to hold for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. From here, we're going to tuck the toes in the back foot. And we're slowly going to elevate and hover our right knee off the ground. And we're going to hold for 10 seconds. Arms in a T position. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, just staying exactly where you are, you're just going to rotate yourself to face the other way. And you're going to do a 10-second hold before we progress into the stretch for the other hip flexor. And inhale, on the exhale, lifting and hovering your back knee off the ground in that T position. Activating that core, sucking in that pelvic floor, and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, making sure your front knee isn't going over your front toe, 2, 1, and down, placing your hands on the inside of your right knee, you're going to inhale, and on the exhale, extend your arm towards the ceiling and slowly reaching forward, allowing the side of your body to stretch. That's one. And extend forward and back. That's two. And three. And last one. And four. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly rolling back up to stack your vertebra, opening that chest. Tucking in that pubic bone towards your chin. You are going to rock forward, allowing a deep hip flexor stretch, and slowly back. And 2. And 3. And 4. From here, tucking in the toes of your back foot, lifting and hovering your knee off the ground and holding for 10. 9. Tucking in that pubic bone towards your chin. You should still be getting a hip flexor stretch in this position while activating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering that knee to turn around to do one more set of 10 seconds on the other side. Squeezing that glute, tucking in that pubic bone, sucking in that pelvic floor, arms in a T position, lifting and hovering that back knee, squeezing that glute, activating, pushing those hips forward to get a stretch into that hip flexor. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rolling back down. From here, we're going to get into an all-fours position. We're going to slowly extend our left leg off the ground. We're going to lean it across midline, and we're going to lean into that right glute, allowing a deep stretch. From there, you're going to use the back foot just to rock your glute backwards, your hips backwards and forwards to allow that glute stretch. We're going to do 3 more, getting a deep stretch, 2 and 3, and lifting that leg back up to midline. We're going to hold for a Superman hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that leg, extending your right leg, leaning it across the midline to do the same sequence. Using that back foot to rock your hips backwards and forwards, allowing a stretch into that glute. Let's do 3 more. And last one. And slowly lifting that foot back to midline, keeping it off the ground, extending your right hand and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping down and leaning into rest position. From here, we're going to slowly lean back onto all fours. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to extend our right knee off the ground, then our left knee off the ground. In this position, I want you to make sure that your pelvis is in neutral. You're not slumping in and you're not over flex. You're just in that neutral position. You're sucking in that pelvic floor. Shoulders are drawing down that back. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to lift and extend your right leg. You're going to hold, deep breath in, and toe tap and extend. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, core tight, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg, lifting that other leg, and toe taps. 1, and extend, and 2, When you're lifting up, activating that glute max as much as you can. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg down, staying in that front support position. We're going to lower and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up, bending those knees in to rest. How's everybody feeling? Hope you're all feeling good. Should be getting a nice little sweat going. Hope you're enjoying it. We're slowly going to lean back into that all fours position. And we are going to extend right leg, extend left leg in that front support position. Activating that core, sucking in that pelvic floor. Inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to knee tuck. Inhale, exhale, right knee tuck. Extend, left knee tuck. Extend, that's 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into 8 push-ups. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dropping knees in and leaning back into rest position. We're going to do that set 2 more times before we turn over onto our backs. And slowly back up. You should be getting a deep core activation as well as a shoulder activation. Extending that knee and other knee and knee tuck. 1 and extend, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and 8 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Dropping those knees in, leaning back into rest position. Pushing those shoulders into the ground. Embracing and enjoying that rest before we do our final set. In this position, leaning back up, last little push, and extending those legs, and activating that core, squeezing those glutes, and 1, and extend, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into those push-ups. Inhale, exhale down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Knees in and back into that rest position. From here, we're going to turn over onto our backs. In this position, making sure that that pelvis is in neutral. If you don't know what I mean by neutral, that pubic bone and those 2 hip bones that create a triangle between each other, you want that triangle to be completely horizontal to the ground, allowing that natural lumbar curve of that lower back. So, keeping that activation, sucking in that pelvic floor, arms on your sides, you're going to inhale, and on the exhale, you're slowly going to roll your pelvis, that pubic bone, up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to lift your hips off the ground. From here, you're going to hold. I want you to dig your heels into the ground. Imagine them coming towards your glutes, allowing a hamstring activation. Then you're going to intensify that activation of those glute max muscles, almost imagining it as you Activating, they're pulling your hips open and away from each other. You're going to squeeze, keep holding, sucking in that pelvic floor. Now I want you to, while your hips are in the air, you're going to imagine and try and get that last rib to try and touch the floor while maintaining that hip height. So you should still get a deep stretch then into that front part of your hips while still having a deep activation into your hamstrings and your glutes. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, rolling back down, articulating through that spine. So you're just dropping one vertebra at a time onto the floor until you reach that neutral position. Inhale and exhale, rolling back up. Lifting, 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 squeezing those glutes. We're going to do 2 more of these after this one. Inhale and exhale down, making sure that those knees aren't falling out. And using that core to control that movement of that pelvis. Slowly rolling back up. Squeezing those glutes. And slowly back down. Last one. On this last one, we're going to stay in the air. So prepare that mind. Deep breath in. Exhale up. Rolling one vertebra at a time. Squeezing those glutes, digging heels into the ground. Going to transfer your weight onto your left leg. Lifting right leg into tabletop position. Inhale. Exhale. Toe tap. 1. We're going to do 8 of these. 2. 3. 4. Making sure those hips stay aligned. 5. 3 more. 6. And 7. And 8. We're going to extend our legs in front of us, aligning those knees together. We're going to lower our hips and extend them up. That's 1. And 2. And 3. 4. We're halfway. And 5. Keeping those knees aligned. 6. 7. And last one. 8. And bending tabletop, dropping that leg down, lifting that other leg up into tabletop. Inhale, exhale, toe tap, and 1. And 2, squeezing that glute of the stabilizing leg, digging that heel into the ground to allow that hamstring activation. And 3 more. 1. And 2. And 3, and extending that leg, aligning those knees, and hip drops. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Keeping those knees aligned. 5. 3 more. 6. And 7. Last one. And 8. Bringing that big leg back to tabletop, dropping it down, lifting those hips to slowly roll back down. Arms in a T position, feet slightly larger than shoulder width apart. We're just going to rock our knees from side to side, allowing mobility into those hips and a little bit of flexibility and stretching into those quads and hip flexors. Beautiful. Let's do 1 more on each side. Hope everybody's feeling okay. We're going to bring our feet and knees together, arms on our sides, getting that spine and pelvis in neutral, lengthening through your spine, sucking belly to spine. We're going to lift right leg, then left leg up into tabletop position. From here, just to warm up, we're going to do 8 double leg toe taps, sucking in that pelvic floor and core while we're doing it, and right leg toe tap, left leg toe tap. That's 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Core tight, and 6, 2 more, 7, and into double leg toe tap, slow and controlled, activated that core, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 3 more, 6, core tight, 7, and 8. Back to tabletop. From here, keeping that tabletop position, we're going to extend arms overhead. We're going to double leg toe tap, but while we're double leg toe tapping, we're lowering our arms towards the floor at the same time. From there, we're going to lift into a crunch position. Ready, inhale to prepare, inhale, and on the exhale, double leg toe tap with arm extension into tabletop crunch. And slowly down, using the core to control. We're doing it slow and controlled so we can get quality movements rather than quantity. Keeping that pelvis tucked in. I want you to focus on the positioning of that pelvis while you are lowering your arms and legs. Let's do 2 more. And 1. Core tight. And 2. And slowly lowering right leg down, left leg down, arms at your sides. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lifting right leg up, and then lifting left leg up. We're going to place arms overhead. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're slowly going to lift arms towards ceiling, then head, neck, and chest off the ground. So you can see my chin is tucked in comfortably into my chest, not straining that neck, bringing those hands to here. And we are going to do little mini pulsations of pushing the air into the ground. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. And on the exhale, extend arms back to starting point. We're going to do that again, but when we do it now, we're going to extend those legs. Inhale, exhale, lift arms towards ceiling, arms to side, extending those legs if you can, core tight, and 1. Keep breathing. We're doing 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and inhale, bend those legs to tabletop, bring arms overhead, deep breath in, dropping arms to T position, and slowly lowering both knees towards the floor, allowing a stretch into that trunk, looking into the opposite direction. And inhale, and on the exhale, slowly rolling over to rotate to the other side. Looking in the opposite direction of where your legs are falling, and slowly back over, bringing those legs down onto the floor, placing hands overhead. Inhale, on the exhale, lifting right leg and left leg into tabletop. Deep breath in, lifting arms towards the ceiling, then to your side, extending those legs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bending tabletop, bringing arms overhead, dropping right leg down, left leg down, and placing hands on your sides. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to roll that pelvis up towards the ceiling. We're just doing some active recovery before we do our final set of that core activation. Squeezing those glutes up in the air. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Deep breath in, slowly lowering back down. 1 little vertebra at a time. Back to the floor, hips in that neutral. And we're going to lift arms overhead. We're going to lift legs into tabletop. And deep breath in. Arms, head, neck and chest towards ceiling. Arms on your sides, extending those legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly, keeping your arms where they are, just dropping those legs back to tabletop position and lowering down, keeping the tabletop position. You're going to place hands on your knees. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lifting head, neck and chest off the ground. We're going to start doing 4 of these before we extend our legs. We're going to open our arms towards the wall behind us and circle them round back to our knees. We're going to inhale, exhale, circle those arms. 2 and 3, keeping head, neck and chest off the ground. And 4. Now we're going to extend those legs and arms. And 1. And bending when we bring, coming back around. And extend. 2. We're doing 6. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And slowly rolling head, neck and chest back to the ground. Arms on the floor, right leg down, left leg down, lifting and rolling the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths as we go. Squeezing those glutes, digging heels into the ground. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly rolling back down. We're going to do that set one more time before we move over onto the glutes. Let's lift, right leg up into tabletop, left leg up into tabletop, placing hands on your sides. Inhale, on the exhale, rolling head, neck and chest off the ground. We're going to do 4 with our knees bent. So inhale, exhale, extend arms and circle them around. That's 1 and 2. Keeping head, neck and chest off the ground. 3 and 4. Now we're extending those legs and extend the legs and bend. 1 and extend and bend. 2, extend and bend. 3, 4, making sure you're not bracing that tummy, you're activating gracefully. And let's do 1 more. And slowly back, rolling head, neck and chest back to the ground, arms on the floor, dropping the right knee down, then left. Well done everybody. We are going to place right ankle on left knee and we're going to interlace our hands behind the back of our knee, hugging that knee to chest. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Changing over, placing left ankle on right knee and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And placing both hands on the floor, both feet on the floor. We're going to lift those legs into tabletop position, placing hands in T position, slowly leaning over. We're just going to stretch out that trunk and that core that we just used, keeping the shoulder into the ground, leaning those hips forward, and looking in the opposite direction of your knees, and slowly leaning back over to the other side, looking in the opposite direction. Leaning back over and dropping those feet back into supine position. Well done everybody, I really enjoyed that session and thank you for doing it with me. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. We have so much more coming from where that came from, so stay tuned. We've got 2 more videos that will be focusing on different types of exercises aimed at runners that help strengthen those necessary muscles needed while running. So we've got 2 more videos. We'll keep those links in the description below. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so that YouTube can give you a notification every time I upload new videos that you might like. If you are interested in getting further information about Pilates and Pilates for runners, we'll leave a link in the description below where you can contact us and we can create personalized programs especially for you. See you soon.